people around the country are kind of noticing this shift in this offense at Miami. Talk a little bit about that from your perspective. I mean, you've been doing this for a while, but maybe this is a little bit of a higher sort of stage, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, the thought of trying to win a game is kind of mind-boggling at times. You know, you attack to the end, right? And so I think that our kids have put in a lot of work. It's showing on the field. We got to put blinders on and just keep getting 1 week better. You know, very proud of where they're at right now, but we all know how that can change too if you let distractions seep in.
There's been a lot of talk about the running game, which had more success this past Thursday. What about Chris Johnson, who got his debut and scored a touchdown? What have you seen from him?
Yeah, I mean, very dynamic player, right? Just young, trying to figure everything out. You know, for running backs, it's not just about running the ball. I think we understand that. I mean, protections are very complicated, especially when fronts change and all the rest. So getting a grasp on everything as a young running back is harder than people probably think. And so, but his skill set is obviously there. You can see that on that play, right? And so where he's going to grow in the future, and we're excited about, you know, him learning everything and getting comfortable with playing football here.
What can you say about Xavier Restrepo and his approach and his production? It seems like he's a spark plug in general for the offense too.
Yeah, I mean, very consistent from day one. You know, since spring ball, all through camp, you know, he's been the same guy every day. And his understanding in football IQ is very high. You know, his ability to get open underneath is obviously something that's very important in our offense. But he's made some plays down the field too. And I think that, you know, if you look at all the games that we've played this year, whenever it became a time to somebody needed to step up and make a play, it's typically been him. You know, in the A&M game for sure. I mean, you know, you go 3 and out back-to-back times, and then you need something to happen, and he has a 60-yard play. It kind of, you know, ignited us to start relaxing and playing football. And then he had one of the same games Saturday. I mean, he played a half football and called 6 for 1 or something. I mean, yeah, very steady player.
Shannon, it seems like this year's group of receivers has been done really well so far at getting yards after the catch. Is that something you guys worked on, and being more physical, or is that just kind of like opportunistic, you know, things?
Yeah, I mean, we stress the point of getting up the field. You know, I mean, there's certain things that are in everybody's offense that's unique to that offense. I think something that's been unique to our offense, you know, from my lifetime has been, you know, there's certain drills we do and certain things that we stress of when the ball is coming to you and hits your hands. And a lot of people, you know, stress certain things, and we stress getting vertical, like getting up the field, drop step, get vertical. And it's all one movement, and it's all, it's stressed hard, ball security is stressed hard. But, you know, the yards after catch, I think the A&M game was like 240 something. And, but to me, they have to have a clear understanding of what to do with the ball when it hits your hands immediately. And I think that a lot of people kind of lose sight of that, you know, and we stress it hard, we drill it, and I think it's a product on the field of what we stress and drill daily.
What do you like about what Emory did his time?
Efficient, you know, the whole game was fairly efficient offensively. We had 9 drives, we scored 7 touchdowns. The two drives that didn't end in touchdowns, we fumbled, and then we had one that, you know, it was 3rd and 1, and then we took a false start and didn't get the 3rd down. But for the most part, what I wanted, I should say, very efficient. Emory came in there, I think it was 9 of 11, right? So yeah, I mean, put the ball in play, and he had a couple that I thought, you know, when he scrambled to the right and he kind of put the ball in jeopardy that one time, it was probably his negative play of the game. Other than that, he's very efficient and very accurate.
Where is he in relation to true freshman quarterbacks that you've seen or worked with? It seems like he's a little further along at this stage.
Yeah, he has a good skill set and a good grasp of the offense. You know, I mean, his timing of route, you know, his accuracy and timing is pretty good for a young guy.
He he and Riley Williams nearly connected on a big play. What have you seen? What have you seen from Riley, who's been getting a good amount of playing time?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see that more and more with him. I mean, I think Riley's ability to run routes and get open is as good as a tight end as I've seen. And so as time goes, he started the year, he wasn't playing. He had some things, but now he's 100% and he's going. You'll see him make more and more plays in the pass game as time goes. I mean, his body control and his ability to get open is unique. And I'm very excited about, watching him progress.
What stands out about Temple's defense?
Very athletic. We played them last year, and I think they're a much improved defense from last year. We had to score at the end to beat them, and I thought, this year watching them on tape, they're more athletic. They get after the passer. I mean, I think they were top 10 last year in sacks, number 11 in tackles for loss. So chaotic up front, a lot of movement, a lot of subtle D-line movements, twists, and stuff like that gives you issues, and they're explosive on the edge. I mean, they can get off the ball, time up snaps, and do the rest. And so they're much more aggressive in the back end than what we played Saturday. They're going to challenge us and get in our face a little bit. So, we know what's out there. They're a very well-coached defense, very well-coached.
If I remember right, a few weeks ago you mentioned having 4 games to play with Emery and Jakari. Obviously Jakari hasn't gotten in yet. How do you anticipate, utilizing him for those 4 games? Are you trying to maybe use him in games that maybe with higher stakes against ACC opponents? How do you anticipate using him? I guess.
I don't know yet. I mean, I'm playing that by ear. I'm delaying it as long as I can, to be honest with you. We're sitting here in situations that we prepare weekly, and both of them are prepared to play. And so, I go into games knowing that, I have 2 guys to play, and I don't want to play more than 4 with him. And so it would be very careless of me to play him in games where I didn't need him or I didn't deem it to be a game that, and Emery's playing at a high level. And so, we're in a good place as far as getting our goal accomplished with him. Now, it's a long season, and so, we're in week 4. So far, so good, right?
How's Jakari's attitude?
It's great. No, it's unbelievable. Look, I told him at the beginning of this year, I redshirted as a junior, so I've been through it as a player, although a long time ago. And I've had, through my career, we've redshirted guys later in their career, probably more than most. So I know the challenges that come with it. And I told him from the beginning that, it's going to be a year that you got to battle boredom, because you're not going to be doing a lot. You got to be dialed in mentally. You got to be ready to go if needed. And so it's a very challenging year for him, but the kid has been unbelievable. His attitude's off the chart. He's done everything we need to help us get ready for games. And if we need him, he is there. And very proud of him and the way he's handled everything.
What does he do well that you see out there?
Excuse me?
Jakari, what does he do well?
Well, he's got a dominant trait. He's one of the fastest kids on the team. I think everybody sees that. What he's done good since I've been here is he's developed the pocket stuff that we've been working on. Work on with every quarterback, not just him. Tyler's the same way. We have certain beliefs in our offensive system that playing quarterback from the pocket and making them defend the whole field is number one, and utilizing your natural skill set will become organic, right? And that'll happen, although there will be some scheme plays that exist. And so just sharpening those tools for him, and he's made, leaps and bounds progress from the beginning of spring till now. He's not sitting here like in the spring. It was easy because he's taking a lot of reps. Now, reps are divided because we got to get Tyler ready to start. So he takes the majority of the reps, and then the backup reps are divided between him and Emery. So you're not taking the amount of reps that you took in the spring. So the progress, it's hard, it might slow down a little bit because of the amount of reps you're taking, but we're doing other things in drills and things to keep up with it. And so His progress will keep going.
Is there red shirt still on the table for Emory?
Is it what now?
Red shirt still on the table for Emory as well?
It is until he plays 5 games. That's the rule, you know. And so until you play 5, it's on the table. And so, you know, I don't know how that'll go. We'll see. You know. Yeah. Appreciate it, guys.